Let me take that off because I do not want any ads. I don't own this service, but don't be slapping shit on my stuff just because, all right? It is, I got to make sure. It is Monday, the 11th of March. I didn't even remember to mention yesterday, just for the record, that March 10th is my dad's birthday. He's been gone for quite a while. I think he passed away in 1980. But let's go ahead and just give you the real update. So yesterday I broke down, and it was painful, but I went to Drastic Plastic, the record store in Omaha, that is closing. I forget how many years it's been open. Great alternative music store, hangout for the punk scene, in particular skaters, for many years. The owner, Mike Howard, and his ex-wife, Liz, both are still friends of mine. I had to go, and then today my friend Tim Guthrie, who is an artist, and some of you folks also know who he is, artist, member of the VC, did the art for my Flyover album. He went, and I asked if I could go, and we both were going to survive, this, but I had to go. It's like 50% off because they're closing, which is really sad. A real sign of the economy, if you ask me. So I will recover, but I picked up some stuff. I did. I picked some records up, and what you heard playing, I'm going to go ahead and stick this away right quick, is a band who I've been wanting to get on vinyl for a long time. I don't think I have any of these on full-length CD, but Sleepytime Gorilla Museum. I posted the one I got yesterday, and I went back and got what was left today. There was 2 more, and I got them both today. Everything was half price. Okay. Do you know this band? This is a very creative band that is very, very intellectual, as well as musically adept, progressive, deep. Everything is connected. It's these people are definitely about the same things I'm about, which is having awareness of history and what's going on, and kind of living in the world the way it is, but not being okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Being aware of the machinations and the manipulations behind the scenes. Inglorious Times is the name of this one. Double album, really fine, heavy pressing. I'm not going to show everything, but I'm going to show some of the stuff because it was wonderful. Yesterday, I'll start mainly with what I got started with yesterday, and then I went back today and got more. So yesterday, I had to cherry pick because I could have spent, obviously, a lot. So I got this Sleepytime Gorilla Museum album of Natural History, double album. This is real good. I mean, musically, and talking about entomology, the study of entomology, and yet they're relating it to the breakdown of society, and I just really appreciate that. If I'm going to bother with the words, it's definitely more interesting to hear things beyond shooby-dooby-doo, I love you, or some of the ridiculous stuff that you hear being rapped about and sung about. What a band. Gorilla Museum. And I haven't played this one yet. I got another one because they were there. This is their very first album. Grand opening and closing. Sleepytime Gorilla Museum. Yeah. I haven't even played this one yet, but it's like, and I'm bothering to read this stuff because this is thankfully these guys are like kind of like I'm thinking they're like myself. They don't take themselves too seriously, but they're serious, you know. They're going to use the music and the art to impart some information. Before I forget, I got some singles. It was so great to be able to get some more of these, because records are expensive. And as I was getting stuff today and thinking about the folks who have bought my records, you know, full price, 15, 20, 25 bucks, you know, it's an honor. I really, really appreciate it. It's just, you know, it means a lot that people are willing to spend that money on my music, because I want to spend the money, but who has it, you know? So that's what I'm saying. It's like, what an honor. So I was able to add some Bowie to my collection, thankfully, because of the half price. I'll show the things I got, starting with, I got 2 more of these picture disc singles that came out. I got Be My Wife, and these are great because the B-sides are unreleased live tracks. And this one is Art Decade live. I got this one. And I got Beauty and the Beast. And the B-side of this one is Blackout, live in Berlin. So that brings me up to 6 of the picture discs now, because I've had these for a while. Sorrow, Rebel Rebel, Bowie, Drive-In Saturday. This is one of his most iconic images. And then Life on Mars. All classics. I was happy to add one to the collection. I got some more Bowie, so I'll show that. The one I got yesterday was, you know, when he passed away, you knew this was going to happen, and it's just the way the world is, for good or bad, but the big cash in, you know what I'm saying? The world was flooded with David Bowie product when he died. So Parlophone put out and I think Parlophone's is the main label, maybe another label that he was had a deal with. Put out a bunch of stuff and box sets that I can't afford. So I was really happy that I could finally get this for half price, which means I got this for like 15 bucks. Live at Nassau Coliseum, 1976. This is an excellent show. Really well recorded. There's some neat moments on here that are unique. One where he starts singing the song. He's laughing, but he starts singing anyway. I posted this yesterday, and 3 people that I know, one I know personally as a friend, 2 others are in the VC, posted that they were at the show. I love that. This is really good. I went back, and I was saying, if it's there today, I'm grabbing it. And it was. Come on out, baby. Come on out. I was also fortunate that someone I know was going to buy a double of something that I used to have and didn't have, and he let me have it. But I got this today. I went back and got this today. David Bowie live at Santa Monica, 1972. Now, the recording quality of this is not the same as the other, but this is very exciting. I've only listened to part of side 1, but I was so glad that it was still there to add to my Bowie collection. And I wasn't able to pick this up for Record Store Day last year. So I got this, the Bowie Now. And what's nice about this, it's collectively, it looks great. I gotta show it. Great looking on white vinyl. That is in the Bowie label. And this, as a result of being half priced, I think I got it for maybe less than 10 bucks. I think I maybe got this for $8. Half price. It's like, again, had to blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me show a few more. Here's something that I've been wanting this because this woman is really good. I don't know much about her, but discovered her looking online for good video content, people who make interesting music videos, and this woman does. And the music is really good. Holly Herndon. This is her 2015 album, Platform, on 4AD. 4AD is a formerly British label. I say formerly because I think it's based out of the U.S. now. It's been bought from Cibo ages ago. But, they have this pedigree that when it became a modern indie label where they started to be more focused on trying to survive and gave up a little bit of the mystique, I think. This is one of the albums that I think could slide into the old groove of 4AD. This holds up the quality level, which is what I'm saying. There's been several 4AD records and bands in the last 10 or so years who I'm thinking, and I hope they did what the label wanted to do, is to make them some money, because the records are mediocre, to me anyway. Really happy to get this. Okay. Another woman whose work I've known and listened to online but never had anything. I had not heard this particular album. I heard the other one, Ecstasis. Julia Holter, Tragedy. And I played two sides of this. This is a double album. Wow, this is really, really neat. This is real neat. She's quoting Coleridge, the poet, in part on here. The music is dreamy and dark, and more dreamy than spacious. I've only heard the first of it's a double album. Man, this is a few years old. This is goes back to 2013. Man, finally got us some of her stuff. Julia Holter, Tragedy. All right, people. Tragedy. Okay. I'll show one of these because I got a couple of these. I used to have originals of these. I love the Ramones, so Leave Home. These, because of being knocked down, $9. And that's fun. The colored vinyl. I don't need colored vinyl, but since I'm having fun with this, and I do think about mortality still. I'll put that in here. Some of you folks who don't necessarily like how I put reality into my videos, it's just tough titty. But because mortality is part of my, mental thoughts, it's like, whatever I got to do, I got to keep trying to go and take care of stuff. But the now is the moment that I have, and so why not enjoy this colored vinyl, Ramones. Pick this up on vinyl. I've been listening to this online, or a download since it came out. Liars, With You. Really cool. Again, don't know what they're singing about. It's this atmosphere that they make, and the way that they use electronics. They come a long way from their original sound, which was pretty in the Sonic Youth area of sound. This is pretty electronic and atmospheric, but then also they have these beats, but they're great beats. Really happy to get that half price. Haven't played this because I have an original of this, the original 10-inch. But when I saw they had copies of this to get for half price, the Record Store Day reissue, one of my favorite bands of all time, Katherine Wheel of Cats and Dogs. The original release is on 10-inch, which I do have, but this is, I'm so glad I could add this. On this beautiful colored vinyl, kind of a marbly. Truly just greatness. I hear from you other fans and people who love this music when I talk about them. I love it when you leave comments. We're not alone. We know this is just one of the most amazing bands ever. of Cats and Dogs using hypnosis. Storm Thorgerson himself, who worked with Pink Floyd forever, said it himself that he sensed it never happened, but he thought that Katherine Wheel had the potential to be the next Pink Floyd, in that the band is that special. He caught it. The band is that special. Musically, in many ways, they're superior as far as their ability, which matters not, because it's down to what people love, isn't it? Okay, a few more, and I'm going to go. I was chuffed to pick up some of these things. Finally, I have on vinyl. Cibo Matto, Viva la Woman. Now, I got this when it came out on CD after I saw the video on MTV, Sugar Water. It's like it's a way cool video, and I was transfixed right away. But beyond the video pulling me into the music, you know, the sampling, that beat, and the ladies, Yuka and Miho. And this is the reissue. Orange vinyl, and it's a European pressing on 180 gram vinyl. This is a killer. To this day, Know Your Chicken. Know Your Chicken. This is innovative. It still sounds fresh. So, I could only afford this yesterday, so I was hoping beyond hope that this would be there yet today, and it was. Stereotype A, which again I've had on CD since it came out. I've seen Cibo Matto twice. Traveled to Chicago to see them. Wagon Christ opened with my friend Frank. Was well worth it. Could not work it out to meet them. I like to meet people, but I couldn't that time. My friend Frank has met, well, we both met Sean Lennon, but at different times. Have you never heard this album? This is really, I mean, they were working it. They were working it like they knew that they had big potential. So this album has a lot of different styles, but really masterfully. Can I say that? Cibo Matto's amazing, you know. They've been broke up, but so glad to get those, okay? Here's one I got today I haven't been able to play yet. When I looked at the price and I figured out it would be half price, I said, I gotta get this. Melvins, A Walk with Love and Death in a Nice Box on Ipecac. I haven't played it yet. Look what it says. 2 goddamn records. One is a soundtrack. I can just hear Mike Patton saying that. You know, that's his label. Melvins. Melvins have so much stuff that, you know, I can't try to collect them, but I like Melvins. Seen them a couple times. An old friend of mine from Omaha, Tim Moss, who is Faith No More's manager now, longtime friend of these guys. And Dale Crubber plays in Men of Porn with my friend Tim Moss, who was originally from Omaha. I haven't played this yet. But it's like, man, you know, for the price that I got this for, is it like, we can use an old saying, it's like Christmas in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? To be able to just grab this stuff. Really nice thick box. Melvins. Let me put this away. Got that one in there. All right, and that one. Let me just look at. I got several things. Okay, here's the one that I ran into Tommy. If you see this, Tommy, thank you so much. Former DJ, and apparently he had his own record label for a time. He had this in his stack, but then he said, you know, do you have this? I said, not anymore. I had an original U.S. release of it, but this was one that I got rid of when I was having that religious psychosis, thinking that records were evil. And so he let me have it. He said I was just going to get it because, you know, I have it, but I couldn't leave it. Thank God. This beautiful reissue of Nick Drake's 5 Leaves Left. Not just the song Riverman. If you know Nick Drake, the mystique about him I remember Nick Drake albums when these were in the before I could afford Nick Drake. I remember Five Leaves Left when that came out. Let me get this straight. It was okay, so it's like I saw some imports of him before I could afford him, and just the picture of him, I could just tell there's something going on with this guy. And this is just some of the most beautiful deep music if you've ever heard. I love this reissue because I don't have any original Island issues on this particular Pink Island label. And I love that Island's gone through a lot of different versions of the label. And Pink Islands, and there's a few different pinks. I've got a couple, but I love this, and I have this amazing album, Nick Drake. Nick Drake, 5 Leaves Left. 5 Leaves Left. Before I go right quick, thanks for the t-shirt orders. I'll talk to you all soon. Music. It was what a wonderful time to spend today at the record store with my friend Tim. I run into people that know me. I kind of know them there all the time. The staff know who I am, and the girl as I'm checking out asked me, "Aren't you some kind of local artist?" Because they're all younger than my kids, the staff. And then I get going, and then we just have, it turns out we have all these people in common that we know, including my son. She knows my son, David. Oh my! I love it. If you haven't seen the States of America documentary series, of which I'm a part of, if you haven't seen my segment, Nebraska, I'm going to leave the link again. It's the video work, the camera work, and the editing work is just fantastic. I appreciate so much that the guys allowed my story regarding what's it like to live in Nebraska? Well, the first thing I got to tell you about is the racism, not how nice it is. Of course, that is what I said, but bam, the reality. And it's the way I'm putting it across. I tell a story from childhood. It's true, not even exaggerated. It's getting through. I'm encouraging everyone to share it, and people are trying to get the mayor and the governor to watch this, because those folks are really, I'll say it right on camera, they don't represent all of Omaha. They say they do their job to a degree, but it's all tempered by money and influence and corruption. Omaha politics is so corrupt for so long that way back in the 20th century, back at the beginning of the 20th century, if I don't have it right, if I haven't got it wrong, we're writing books about corruption in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay? So, watch that. And it also gives you a larger idea of who I am, because this is who I am, all right? I'm not phony. I'm not, again, if it's a put down of people, the main reason why it sounds like a put down is because I'd like to lift those people up. But I am not a typical ordinary junk-headed person who just follows what the TV says and believes what it says and doesn't know beyond mainstream information, because the main stream of information that people have to go by is disinformation. Any of you folks, whatever your background is, if you have experience dealing with, the true machinations of power and wealth and the government, international government, you know what the hell I'm talking about. That everything that they say on TV is not. And that my God, to think that you can still cherry pick that, oh, this is a good guy, this is a good gal. Fuck, you people don't know. I'm here to tell you. Stank. Do you see anything actually getting any better? What you see is spin. That's what you see, but you look at the larger picture, especially look at what's happening with this economy. Okay, that's it. That's enough. I'm out of large exploration t-shirts. I'm out of those. I got plenty of sound waves in all sizes.